as a function of time. That means if we can plot the tip of the electric field vector as a function of time, it will describe some or it will represent some shape. Depending on the shape, we can define the polarization of the corresponding electromagnetic wave. Is it clear, the simple definition or simple explanation of polarization? So it basically describes the shape of the electric field vector as a function of time. So to identify the polarization of electromagnetic wave or light wave, we have to consider, or we have to plot. That's why I'll admit now. What is the vomit? We have to basically draw the tip of the electric field vector as a function of time. Then it will describe some shape. Depending on the shape, we can define the polarization of the corresponding electromagnetic wave or light wave. Now I am going to share my presentation. The PPT is visible from your end?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as per the Maxwell's theory, we can consider the light wave. This is also as an electromagnetic wave. Now to define any electromagnetic wave, we need basically these four vectors: electric field vector, magnetic field vector, displacement vector, and the magnetic flux density B. That is E, H, D, and B. Now out of these four vectors, or with the help of these four vectors, we can describe any electromagnetic wave. Now once again I have to admit someone. 1 minute, wait. That's why it's my request to all of you, please join within time. Otherwise, during class time, I have to exit from the presentation and I have to admit them. So with the help of this four vector, we can define or we can describe any electromagnetic wave, whether it is in isotropic media or in an anisotropic media. Now out of these four vectors, only E vector, that is electric field vector, is considered to define the polarization of a light wave or electromagnetic wave. Now the question is why we are only considering the electric field vector to describe the polarization of the electromagnetic wave. That is because in most of the optical media or physical media, if you consider the physical interactions between the corresponding media and the electromagnetic wave, it involves the interaction with the electric field. That's why out of these four vectors, only E vector is sufficient to describe the, or E vector is considered to describe the polarization state of the electromagnetic wave. So the next question is why we need to know the polarization of the electromagnetic wave? What is the significance of the polarization of EM wave? Why we have to know the polarization state? So the point is that next question, why we need to know the polarizations of the electromagnetic wave? Because in some type of materials like anisotropic media or in some substances, the index of refraction or refractive index directly depends on the direction of oscillation of the electric field vector. And the direction of oscillation of the electric field vector is described with the help of polarizations. So we need to know the polarization of the corresponding, or we have to know the polarization state of the corresponding electromagnetic wave. Otherwise, we will not be able to find out the refractive index of the corresponding media. So this is the main reason why we need to know the polarization state of an electromagnetic wave, because in some substances, the refractive index directly depends on the oscillation of the electric field vector. Now, with this basic idea, so as I have already mentioned, that polarization means it describes the shape of the electric field vector as a function of time. That is, you have to describe or you have to identify the movement of the electric field vector. Now, you can't consider the entire electric field vector. Rather, you can only consider the tip of the electric field vector. Instead of considering this entire electric field vector, you have to consider the tip of the electric field vector, and you have to plot the movement of this tip of the electric field vector as a function of time. That will describe some shape, and that shape will describe or will tell you the polarization state of the electromagnetic wave. So, to identify the polarization of the electromagnetic wave, in general, we have to consider the tip of the electric field vector, and we have to plot it as a function of time. And the corresponding trace of the tip of the electric field vector will describe the polarization of the electromagnetic wave. Now, another term that is associated with the polarization, it is also important, that is the plane of polarization. What do you mean by plane of polarization? Plane of polarization. Plane of polarization means that is the plane on which the particular wave front or the electric field vector is located, and the corresponding direction of propagation. Okay, that particular point, that is what do you mean by plane of polarization, that will be discussed in more detail in some next slide with some figure, then it will be more clear. So basically, the plane of polarization means that is a plane on which the corresponding electric field vector lies, as well as the direction of propagation. Then the corresponding plane will be called the plane of polarization. So, particularly in this slide, it is described. So, if we consider a coordinate system where x, y, and z are orthogonally perpendicular, are orthogonal to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other. In this particular coordinate system, we are considering the electric field vector. This center line, this is the electric field line. So now, if you imagine, at the same time, we are considering that the corresponding electromagnetic wave is propagating in the z direction. So now we have to imagine a particular plane. This is a particular plane on which this electric field vector lies, and also the direction of propagation. So then this particular plane will be called the plane of polarization. So the plane of polarization is the plane that is containing the electric field vector and the direction of propagation. Now I think it is clear what is the plane of polarization. It is the plane on which containing the electric field vector as well as the direction of propagation. Now, if the orientation of this electric field, it remains fixed. Suppose the wave is moving in z direction without changing the orientation of the electric field vector, then the corresponding electromagnetic wave or light wave will be called plane polarized, or that is also known as the linearly polarized. That is, if the direction of the electric field vector is not changed with respect to time, if it is not changing with respect to time, that means you will get this type of flat plane that is containing the electric field vector and the direction of propagation. Then it will be called linearly polarized or plane polarized. We'll discuss in more detail about the different types of polarization like linear polarization, elliptical polarization, and circular polarization in details. Now, as an electromagnetic wave, we considered the light wave, and suppose the corresponding electric field vector is defined with this particular term, that is E or T is the corresponding electric field vector of the light wave or electromagnetic wave. R is the position vector, T is the time. So it is defining an electric field vector of the electromagnetic wave in the space R at a time T. So if we consider the time variation of this electric field is monochromatic, that means it is exactly sinusoidal. The exactly sinusoidal means the electric field must oscillate at a definite frequency. Up to this, is it clear? We are considering a light wave as an example of electromagnetic wave. We are defining the corresponding light wave in the space with this particular notation, where E is representing the electric field vector. Sorry. R is the position vector that is representing in the space, and T is the time. We are considering that it is a monochromatic wave. It is exactly sinusoidal. Exactly sinusoidal means the electric field is oscillating at a definite or at a fixed frequency. Now, if we consider the corresponding light wave is propagating in a particular direction, that is, say, for example, in the z direction. So, what will be the location of the electric field vector? So, obviously, the electric field vector will lie on the xy plane. Now, in the xy plane, as we are considering the electric field as a vector, so on this particular xy plane, this electric field has two components. One is x component, another is y component. And these two components of the electric field are oscillating independently at a definite frequency, that is the frequency of oscillation of the electric field vector. This point is very important. We are considering an electromagnetic wave. Now from the electromagnetic wave, we are only concentrating on the electric field vector because we are going to discuss about the polarization of the corresponding wave. Now we are considering that it is a monochromatic wave, exactly sinusoidal, that means it is oscillating with a definite frequency. Then we are assuming that the electric field is propagating in the z direction. So obviously, what will be the location of the electric field vector? That will lie on the xy plane. Now, as we are considering electric field as a vector and that is lying on the xy plane, so it has two components. One is x component and another is y component. What about these two components? Again, these two components will oscillate independently at a definite frequency. At a definite frequency, that is the same with the oscillating frequency of the electric field vector. Now, to draw the electric field trace of the electric field vector with respect to time, you have to consider the vector addition of these two components of the electric field vector. First, we are considering electric field vector, then we are considering its two components, x component and y component. They are oscillating independently. Now, if you have to, because polarization means it is nothing but the trace of the electric field vector with respect to time. Now, to trace the electric field vector, we have to only concentrate on the tip of the electric field vector. Suppose this is the electric field vector. So you have to only concentrate on this tip of this electric field vector. Or we have to draw the trace of this electric field vector with respect to time. So it has two components. One is x component, another is y component. To draw or trace the tip of this electric field vector, now as we are considering two components, so obviously we have to consider the vector addition of these two oscillating orthogonal components. So this type of problem or this type of vector addition you have to solve with the help of superposition of two independent oscillations. So you have to now consider the superposition of two orthogonal vectors to draw the or to trace the tip of the electric field vector to identify the polarization. Till now, is there any doubt regarding the we have discussed so far? If there is no doubt, then I am moving to the next slide. So the question is how we can superimpose the x component and y component of the electric field vector. In this regard, you will not consider a whole figure at a time. You have to consider one by one. First, you consider this one. See, what about this? This is the plot of the electric field vector. That is, what about this? That is the projection onto the horizontal plane. So this is the x component of the corresponding electric field vector for which we are going to trace the movement of its tip with respect to time. See, this particular vector or wave is propagating along z direction. We are considering x component. Now this is the ui component, that means the projection on the vertical plane. Now as the electric field is the combination of these two components ex and ey, so to find out the movement of the or to trace the tip of the electric field vector, we need to superimpose these two field vector, these two components basically. So for the simplicity, we have considered different points. From this x component, we are considering point number 1. See, this is the point number 1. Then from the y component, we are taking another point 2. Then from x, we are taking 3. Then from y, we are taking 4. Now, you see, we are drawing the projection for point. This is for point 2. This is for point 3. This is for point 4. In that way. Now, if you draw the projection of this x component and y component, you will find this is 4 point. This is one vector tip at this particular time. This is another vector tip with respect to time. This is another one. This is another one. In that way, that means if you consider the superposition of these two vectors, the electric field vector is basically rotating in that fashion. One animation is also included in this presentation that I will show in some next slide. Then it will be more clear. Okay. But this is the procedure how we can draw the projection of the two component of the electric field vector to trace the tip of the electric field vector. Now from this superposition of the two components, if we consider the movement of the tip of the electric field vector, either we will get this type of elliptical rotation or circular rotation or this type of variation of the x component and y component. So better we start with this one. This is the case of linear polarization. In case of linear polarization, with respect to time, the electric field vector will not change. You see, along this horizontal plane, the electric field vector is fixed. So that is the case of linear polarization. It is the case of horizontal polarization. And horizontal polarization, it is phi. What is this phi? Phi is known as basically the tilt angle. it will be clear when we will consider this general case of polarization, that is the elliptical polarization. Elliptical polarization is the general case of polarization. From this elliptical polarization, you can define or you can discuss the linear polarization as well as circular polarization. Next, another case may happen. Only the y component there is no variation in the x component, but only y is varying constantly about this along this vertical plane. So it will be the case of vertical polarization, and in that case it will be the case of phi equal to 90, and the ellipticity will be infinite. What is ellipticity? Ellipticity is basically the ratio of this minor axis to major axis, so it will be infinite. Now come to the general case. It will basically describe an elliptical path, and in general this ellipse, the principal axis of the ellipse will not be along the x-axis and y-axis. So this is the x component of the electric field, this is the y component of the electric field, this is the major axis, this is the major axis, sorry, no, it will not be undo, then this is the minor axis, and this particular angle is known as tilt angle, that is phi. In that case, particular case, the tilt angle is 45 degree. So it is called the polarization ellipse with ellipticity of 1.25. Now, if these two components, that is the magnitude of these two electric field components, that is the x component and y component, are same, and phi equal to 90 degree and phi equal to 90 degree, then it will be the case of circular polarization, and this ellipticity will be 1. So in case of circular polarization, this major axis and minor axis will be same, that will be equal. So what will be the axial ratio? Axial ratio will be 1. That is known as the case of circular polarization. Now the amplitude of the axial ratio is 1. So if you convert it into dB, it will be 0 dB. So circular polarization means what should be the axial ratio? Axial ratio will be 1. That means that is 0 dB. And the corresponding plot of the tip of the electric field vector will describe a circle. So in that way, if you merge or if you superimpose the two components of the electric field vector, that is Ex and Ey, it will describe an electrical path in general. Now depending on the amplitude of the x component and y component, this major axis and minor axis of the this elliptical path may change, and also depending on this phi value, we can either define linear polarization as well as circular polarization. So in case of linear polarization, that phi will be 0. That phi will be 0, and in case of vertical polarization, it will be also phi equal to 90 degree, but the condition is that there will only change in the vertical direction. So that is the just illustration about the circular polarization, elliptical polarization, and linear polarization. We'll also discuss the mathematical equation for the circular polarization and elliptical polarizations, and from the general expression of elliptical polarization, we'll derive the equation for circular polarization and linear polarization. So that is also defined in this particular figure more clearly. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Now this is the case of horizontal polarization. This is the case of vertical polarization. This is horizontal and vertical. These are under linear polarization. You can also say this is also the case of linear polarization, but in that case the tilt angle is 45 degree. In my previous representation, I have represented this angle as a tilt angle, but in that case, they have represented it as this particular angle as a tilt angle. That is, there is no problem. The same thing. So this is the case of horizontal polarization, vertical polarization. That is the 45-degree slant polarization. All these three cases are the case of linear polarization. Now, when the two magnitudes are same and phi equal to 90 degree, that is, there are quadrature phase difference between the two components of the electric field vector, then that will be the case of circular polarization. Now, under circular polarization, depending on the rotation of the direction of rotation of the electric tip, there are also two types of circular polarization. One is called right-handed circular polarization, another is called left-handed circular polarization. Now, if the rotation of the tip of the electric field vector is clockwise, then it is called RHCP. If it is anti-clockwise, then it is called LHCP. Now, it is clockwise and anti-clockwise, it is completely depends on the position of the observer. In this particular figure, it is mentioned considering that the observer is, we are the observer. That means we are looking towards the wave propagation. That means wave is propagating into the paper, into the screen. The wave is propagating towards this direction, Z direction. And we are observer at this position. We are the observer at this position. Now, suppose if the observer are from this direction, that is, the observer is looking the approaching waveform or approaching waves. The wave is approaching or moving towards that direction. So, in that case, the observer is looking towards the approaching wave. Then the sense will be different. So, in that case, to the observer, it will be counterclockwise. Is it clear? In this particular figure, it is defined in terms of that considering that the observer is from this side. But if you change the position of the observer, just opposite, then the sense of rotation will be counterclockwise, and in that case, the sense of rotation will be clockwise. So it totally depends on the observer, the position of the observer. So with this basic discussion about the polarization, now we are moving to the derivation of general expression for circular polarization and elliptical polarization. So as per our basic discussion, we would only concentrate on the electric field vector E, and we have to consider its two component, that is X component and Y component. We are only considering the real part. The wave is propagating along the Z direction with respect to time. A is the amplitude of the corresponding electric field vector, and the corresponding electric field vector lie on the XY plane. So now we can rewrite this expression, or we can consider the two components of this electric field vector, that is Ex and Ey, in this particular fashion. E to the power I theta, if you extend it, you can write down it in terms of cos theta sin theta. So from that, you can directly write down the X component of the electric field vector, that is Ex equal to Ex of cos omega t minus kz plus del x, and Ey equal to Ai of cos omega t minus kz plus del y. Now this in this set of equation number 2, this A is basically defined as the complex vector that is representing the amplitude electric field vector. X is the unit vector, Ax e to the power I del x plus y cap, y is the another unit vector along y axis, Ay e to the power I del y. Obviously, Ax and Ay, these are the number or magnitudes. X cap, y cap, they are the unit vectors. Whatever the del x and del y, they are the phase angle. Now we are considering only the Ey. We are starting to derive the expression. We are starting with Ey. Ey means at this position there was a del y. If you consider the previous expression, Ey, there is a del y. So this del y, we are considering this del. Delta is the phase difference between the two components, that is Ex and Ey. Now we are considering that this phase difference delta equal to del y minus del x. So what will be the del y? Del y equal to delta plus del x. সেটা এখানে লেখা হয়েছে del x plus delta. Now you can rewrite this equation considering that is cos c plus d. Cos c plus cos d means cos c into cos d. This is the omega t minus kz plus del x. Up to this it is c cos c and this is d. So cos c plus cos d means cos c into cos d minus sin c into sin d. Now in this expression, now Ay is moving on the left side. Now what about this part? This term cos omega t minus kz plus del x. If we move to the previous slide, this is nothing but the expression of Ex. So for this particular term, we can write down Ex by Ax into cos delta হয়ে গেল. Next, this is sin delta. This is sin delta. Sin delta এখানে চলে এলো. Now this one is the sin of omega t minus this. We can write down in form of 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus cos square of omega t minus kz plus del x. Now cos square of omega t minus kz plus del x means that is nothing but Ex by Ax. So in the next slide, we have rewrite the equation that is sin delta root of 1 minus Ex square by the Ax square. Now if you rearrange the equation, that is we are moving it on the left hand side. We are moving it on the left hand side. That means it comes Ex by Ax cos delta minus Ey by Ay. Now if you remove this root, square root, then it becomes sin square delta 1 minus Ex square by Ax square. This one becomes Ex by Ax whole square cos square delta Ey by Ay whole square minus this one. Now if you simplify it, so it will be sin square theta plus cos square theta, that will be 1. So it becomes only Ex square, Ex by Ax whole square. So it becomes Ex by Ax whole square. This term will remain Ey by Ay whole square minus this term, that is equal to sin square delta. So this is the final expression to represent the electrical polarization. So this equation 3. In this particular equation, this phase difference delta, that is lying between minus pi to pi. Now the question is why this particular equation is representing the equation general equation of elliptical polarization. If you remember the equation of cone or conic, so how we can represent the equation of ellipse? If we consider a particular cone, if we represent a particular cone, and now if you consider a plane, any arbitrary plane. That is, you are basically considering the bisection of this particular cone, and in that case, that bisection will basically give you an ellipse. So it is representing the equation of conic. And in this rectangle, the two arm length will be, one arm length will be 2ay, and length of this arm will be 2ax. That means it is representing the length of the two principal axes of the cone, 2ax and 2ay. So as this equation is representing the equation of conic, so we can say the equation 3 is describing an ellipse. So equation 1 is basically an elliptically polarized electromagnetic wave. So to describe an elliptically polarized electromagnetic wave, what we need the orientation of the ellipse with respect to the coordinate system. Then we need the shape of the corresponding ellipse, and also we need to know the sense of rotation. These three parameters are required for the complete description of elliptical polarization. That is, what is the orientation of the ellipse with respect to the general coordinate system or coordinate axis. Then what about the shape, whether it is nearly circular, purely circular, or ellipse, or straight line. So we need to know the shape of the corresponding ellipse, and also the sense of rotation, whether the tip of the electric field vector is rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise. So these three parameters are important to describe an elliptical polarization. Now, this particular equation number 3, it is representing the equation of conic. From this equation, if we now apply the coordinate transformation, then the corresponding equation can be rewrite in this particular form. Applying the coordinate transformation, we can rewrite the expression number 3 in this particular form. Ex dash by a whole square plus ey dash by b whole square equal to 1, where this a and b are representing the principal axis of the ellipse, and this ex dash and ey dash, they are basically the component of the electric field vector about the newly defined coordinate system. Now it is represented in the next slide, be better. So this is the general coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis. Now the corresponding ellipse that you have obtained from by tracing the electric field vector, this is the ellipse. Now in general case, as I have already mentioned, that the principal axis are not with the original x-axis and y-axis. So now we are considering new coordinate system, considering this major axis and minor axis of the corresponding ellipse as the axis of the corresponding newly defined coordinate system. So x, instead of x, now it is x dash, now it is y dash. So this is the newly defined coordinate system. So we are transforming from this general coordinate to this newly defined coordinate system, or newly defined coordinate, where phi is representing the tilt angle between the previous coordinate and this new coordinate system. So phi is basically representing the angle that is known as tilt angle. Tilt angle between the two coordinates. One is old coordinate, another is newly defined coordinate. Now in this, so now the major axis and minor axis are along the axis of the corresponding coordinate system. So the OB is representing the minor axis, OA is representing the major axis. It is basically represented by A, it is basically represented by B. So this is the representation of typical polarization ellipse with respect to general coordinate and newly defined coordinate system. Now if you apply the coordinate transformation, then you can rewrite the equation number 3 by this equation number 4. So once you rewrite the expression with respect to the newly defined coordinate system, that means there is some relation between this previous coordinate system and newly defined coordinate system. You can derive all these things. I am not going to derivation of these parameters. So A square will be this, and B square will be this, and the tilt angle tan 2 phi you can define or you can find out using these equations. So these equation 5s, this set of equation 5s are basically from the background of coordinate transformation. Now another point, we have to know 3 parameters. One is the position of the ellipse with respect to the coordinate. Next is the shape of the polarization ellipse. Next, third one is the sense of polarization. So sense of polarization is basically depends on the right hand parameter of the equation number 3, that is sine delta. If sine delta is greater than 0, then you can say the end point of the electric field vector will rotate along in the clockwise direction. If sine delta is less than 0, then the end point of the electric field vector will rotate in the counterclockwise direction. Now with this set of equation number 3, 4 and 5, we have to define different types of polarization, that is linear, circular, and their corresponding sense of polarization, that is LACP and RACP and LACP and RACP. Okay. So simply how we can define the linear polarization, I have already mentioned that linear polarization means the tip of the electric field vectors will move along a straight line. That is very important. Along a straight line. The tip of the electric field vector will move along a straight line. That means it will describe or move along straight line means it may be along x-axis. That will be the case of horizontal polarization. It may be along vertical axis. That will be the case of vertical polarization, or it may with some tilt angle. So these are the case of linear polarization. So in case of linear polarization, electric field vector will always, tip of the electric field vector will always describe a straight line. Okay. So you remember this particular point. Linear polarization means the tip of the electric field vector will always describe a straight line. If it is along horizontal line, horizontal plane, or if it is parallel with the horizontal plane, it will be case of horizontal polarization. If it is parallel with the vertical plane, it will be case of vertical polarization. And if there is some tilt angle, then it will be case of a slant polarization or diagonal polarization. So the next one is the general case, electrically polarized. In case of electrical polarized means, once again you have to say that if the tip of the electric field vector, describe an ellipse, then you can say the light is elliptically polarized. Then what about the circularly polarized? Same, if the tip of the electric field vector describe a circle, then it will be the case of circularly polarized. So circularly polarized means what will be this particular ellipse, what will be the shape of this ellipse? Any from your side, what will be the shape of this particular ellipse? Hello. Hello.
Okay.
আরে তোমরা এমন আসলে বুঝবই না, মিটিং কেটে গেছে, কোনো উত্তর নেই, কোনো রেসপন্স নেই। So what should be the shape of this particular ellipse? In case of circular polarization, it will be a circle. So now we have discussed linearly polarized, elliptically polarized, and circularly polarized. Next, depending on the sense of rotation, or in case of circularly polarized, we know that there are two senses of circularly polarization. One is right-handed, another is left-handed. Right-handed means the rotation will be clockwise, and left-handed means rotation will be counterclockwise. Condition is that the observer is looking towards the propagation of wave, towards the propagation of electromagnetic wave. So that thing is mentioned, that is right hand and left hand polarized, case of right hand and left hand circular polarizations. Now, from the general expression, that is from equation 3, as I mentioned, the elliptical polarization is the general case. From this general representation, you can transfer, or you can find out the condition for linear polarization, as well as you can find out the case of circular polarization. Now in this equation 3, the equation 3 will become an equation of straight line when delta equal to m pi. This is the condition of linear polarization. So in equation 3, if you put delta equal to, that is the phase difference, delta equal to m pi, where m equal to 0 and 1, the equation 3 will become a equation of straight line. And if the, and we already know that if the electric field vector describe a straight line, it will be the case of linear polarization. In case of, from equation 3, if we put delta equal to m pi, then it becomes the case of linear polarization. And in that case, what will be the ratio of these two electric field component, Ey and Ex? That will be constant. In case of linear polarization, the ratio of these two electric field component, Ey and Ax, Ey and Ex, that will be constant, and that can be, you can find out using this particular equation, equation number 7. So these are the two conditions to be the electromagnetic wave will be a linearly polarized electromagnetic wave. First one is the phase difference between the two electric field component Ex and Ey will be integer of pi, and the components of these two vectors, the ratio of these two components of the electric field vector will be constant. This is about the linear. Next, from general case, we have to now consider the case of circular polarization. Now for the circular polarization, an elliptically polarized electromagnetic wave will be circularly polarized under these two main conditions. The phase difference between the two components will be either plus minus, that is pi by 2. Phase difference will be pi by 2. That means there is a quadrature phase difference between the two components of the electric field vector. Then what is another condition? That is Ay equal to Ax. If these two components are not equal, then the ellipse will not convert it into a circle. If Ay equal to Ax, then only it will convert it into a circle. Then it will be the case of circular polarization. So these two conditions are vital for an electromagnetic wave to be a circularly polarized wave. The phase difference between the two electric field components, or X and Y and X component, will be pi by 2, and their magnitude will be same. Next, we have to consider about the sense of circular polarization, that is when it will be LHCP and when it will be RHCP. So for LHCP, delta will be minus pi by 2, delta will be minus pi by 2 means sin delta will be minus 1. You can check it from the equation number 3. So it will be counterclockwise rotation of the electric field vector. If it is RHCP, then delta will be plus pi by 2. That will be the case of clockwise rotation of the electric field vector. Now, electricity of the corresponding polarization ellipse can be defined as E equal to plus minus B by A. Now, with this basic discussion, now depending on this delta value and the ratio between AY and AX, we can draw different types of polarization state. First, we are considering the case of left-hand circular polarization or left-hand polarizations. Left-hand polarization, sense of polarization means the rotation will be counterclockwise. What about the condition of observer? That means with respect to the observer facing towards the wave propagation. The ওয়েভটা যেদিকে যাচ্ছে তুমি সেই দিকে তাকিয়ে আছো বা অবজারভার সেই দিকেই তাকিয়ে আছে with respect to the observer facing towards the wave propagation. The first, better we consider start with the CP case. This is the case of CP means the corresponding polarization ellipse will become a circle. It is delta equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 2. So sense of rotation will be counterclockwise. Now in that case, delta equal to plus pi by 2. So the rotation of polarization or rotation of the tip of the electric field vector will be along clockwise direction. So this is the case of RHCP. Now, so the two conditions of circular polarization is delta should be plus minus pi by 2 and the two components AY and AX will be equal. That's why the corresponding ellipse becomes circle and is the case of circular polarization. Now, for other value of delta, like delta equal to minus 3 pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4, delta equal to minus pi by 4, delta equal to plus pi by 4. So there will be the case of basically the case of elliptically polarized wave. So elliptically polarized wave for 3 pi by 4, for minus 3 pi by 4, the ellipse will be like that, and for delta equal to minus pi by 4, ellipse will be like that. So these are the different illustration for different values of delta. And when delta becomes 0 or pi, delta equal to 0 and pi means this is the case of linear polarizations. And in that case, we have basically considered the case of slant polarization, slant linearly polarized wave, not vertical, not horizontal. There is a tilt angle. So it is the case of slant linearly polarized wave. Now, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
কি বলছো বুঝতে পারছো নাকি না বুঝেই বলে দিচ্ছ কোনো ডাউট নেই সেন্স অফ পলারাইজেশন এই রোটেশন একবারই ঝট করে বুঝে যাচ্ছ ভালো ব্যাপার তো এনিওয়ে আমি কিন্তু বারবার বলেছি কোনো ডাউট থাকলে জিজ্ঞাসা করবে যদি না জিজ্ঞাসা করে চুপচাপ বসে থাকো তাতে আমারও ভালো লাগবে না তোমারও তাতে লাভ কিছু হবে না so if I consider that you are true, you have no doubt, the next slide. Okay, before discussing this slide, I am moving to the next one, okay, because it is directly related with the previous discussion. So this particular figure I have just included for your better illustration or for better understanding. So what will be this case? First one. This is the polarization. That is the trace of tip of the electric field vector. Forget about this one. What about this particular polarization? Anyone? Quick.
Vertical polarization.
Correct. It is vertically polarized. Okay. If you flip this particular waveform or this particular line by 90 degree, it will become horizontally polarized. Now come to the case of circular polarization, because this particular figure is showing it is the case of circle. Ax equal to ay, delta equal to pi by 2. So it is the case of circular polarization. It is clear. That is mentioned, two perpendicular plane waves of equal amplitude and 90 degree difference in phase. That is the first condition of circularly polarization. Next, about the rotation. You see, in that case, there is an observer. So in this figure, the arrow is showing from our point of view what will be the sense of this rotation. It is clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Right.
From our aspect. Suppose we are observer.
We are observer only clock.
The wave is moving in this particular direction. This is the wave is moving in this particular direction. And we are observer means we are at this position. That means we are looking towards the direction of propagation. Then what about the sense of rotation? It is clockwise.
Clockwise.
But what about this particular observer? What about this particular observer?
Anti-clockwise.
Counterclockwise. That means we can say CCW. That is written in this particular point. You see that the electric field rotating counterclockwise with respect to the observer is a right circular polarization. এখানে কিন্তু অবজারভারটা ওই জন্য মেনশন করে দিয়েছি, that is the observer. You have drawn the trace of the electric field vector, rotation of the electric field vector as per your position. But when you have said on observer, that means with respect to this observer, this is a right circular polarization, counterclockwise. So if the reverse is true, electric field rotating clockwise with respect to the observer is a left circular polarization. Oh, that is also important. Electric field vector makes one revolution as the light advances one wavelength. One rotation means if we start from this point, if we start our journey from this point and end our journey at this point in the circular path, that is one revolution. So in one revolution, what will be the movement of the or advancement of the wave? The wave will advance by one wavelength. And that is also clear in the first diagram that I have discussed. That is the superposition of two components, Ex and Ey. If you observe it carefully, when we have covered one wavelength, the superposition was representing a one revolution. So in that case also, one revolution means the advancement of the electromagnetic wave or propagation of the electromagnetic wave will be one wavelength. Now in the next figure, this is the polarization ellipse. It is an ellipse. So this is the case of elliptical polarization, and the case is same with respect to the observer. With respect to this observer, it is rotating counterclockwise, so it will be the case of counterclockwise, so it will be the case of right elliptic polarization, and if it is clockwise, then it will be the case of left circular polarization. So when you are defining that this is a right hand circular polarization, this is a left hand circular polarization, you have to mention that the position of the observer, or just you say that you have said that, sir, if it is counterclockwise, then it will be left hand circular. If it is clockwise, then it will be right hand circular polarization. The clockwise and counterclockwise with respect to whom? With respect to an observer. What then you have to define, or you have to specify what is the position of the observer. Whether the observer is looking towards the wave propagation, or the observer is facing the wave approaching towards him or her. Okay. So this is the one representation of movement of the electric field vector. If you observe it carefully, you see that this particular tip of the electric field vector is rotating and the wave is propagating along this direction. So now if the corresponding observer at this point, then what will be the sense of polarization? You just tell me. Say, I have said that the observer is at this position, then what will be the sense of polarization for the first one, first GIF, and for the second GIF?
First one is circular clockwise.
First one is clockwise. Clockwise. Obviously, first one is clockwise with respect to this observer. So it will be right hand or left hand.
Counterclockwise. First one is counterclockwise and last one is clockwise.
No, first one is with respect to this observer. It is clockwise or counterclockwise. Try to observe from the
सर counterclockwise.
counterclockwise लग जाए तो सर
you know,
Clockwise হচ্ছে তো।
এই তো এইখানটাতে দেখো, এখানে এই ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডে দেখো, এই ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডের মুভমেন্ট দেখো, এই রোটেট করছে।
স্যার কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ আছে ওটা।
ফার্স্টেরটা কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ কি করে বলছে? ফ্রম দিস পয়েন্ট, ভালো করে দেখো।
লেফট সাইডেই তো মুভ করছে, লেফট সাইডে মুভ করতে করতে রোটেট
লেফট সাইডে কেন? এইভাবে তো মুভ করছে।
দেখবো, বুঝতে পারছি।
এই যে এই this particular electric field vector খুব ফাস্ট মুভ করছে, দেখো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
out of all electric
আচ্ছা
field
হ্যাঁ,
এখন bold on, bold on, যে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডে দেখো বোল্ড আছে অ্যারোটা, সেটা কনসেন্ট্রেট, তার উপরে কনসেন্ট্রেট করো। one electric field vector
sir,
is represented in a
black এটা তো?
হ্যাঁ,
আচ্ছা বুঝতে পেরেছি।
হ্যাঁ, এটা ক্লকওয়াইজ হচ্ছে। সো ইট ইজ দ্য কেস অফ লেফট হ্যান্ড আর রাইট হ্যান্ড, এবার বলো উইথ রেসপেক্ট টু দিস অবজারভার, অন্য কিছু না।
হ্যাঁ, রাইট সার্কুলার।
রাইট না লেফট?
ফার্স্টেরটা তো রাইট স্যার।
এলএসিটি হবে না? এই যে এখানে যাও, কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ, ও আমি না ঠিকই আছে, না ঠিকই ভুল করেছি, আমি ভুল করেছি। কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ হলে রাইট সার্কুলার, তাহলে আমি ঠিক করে আমি ঠিকই লিখেছি। ক্লকওয়াইজ হচ্ছে তাহলে এটা এলএইচসিপি, এটা এখানে দেখো
হ্যাঁ স্যার
count to the observer, counterclockwise means right circular আর clockwise হলে left circular, so it will be LHCP। একইভাবে এটা হবে তোমার দেখো counterclockwise, তাহলে এটা হয়ে যাবে the case of RHCP। এখানে একইভাবে you have to concentrate on the electric field vector arrow that is in bold fashion, তাহলে দেখবে এটা এরকম ভাবে রোটেট করছে কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ, so it will be the case of RHCP। একইভাবে এবার আমি এখানে চলে আসছি, সাপোজ you are observing from this end, তাহলে কি সেন্স অফ পোলারাইজেশন চেঞ্জ হবে? সেন্স অফ পোলারাইজেশন চেঞ্জ হবে কি হবে না বলো?
না স্যার, সেন্স অফ পোলারাইজেশন চেঞ্জ হবে না, ডিরেকশন চেঞ্জ হবে।
ক্লকওয়াইজ আর কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজটা চেঞ্জ হবে, হ্যাঁ সিসিডব্লিউ হবে এটা, কিন্তু সেন্স অফ পোলারাইজেশন দ্যাট উইল বি সেম, দ্যাট ইজ এলএইচসিপি, এটা মাথায় রাখবে। একইভাবে এক্ষেত্রে হবে ক্লকওয়াইজ আর এটা হয়ে যাবে আরইসিপি। আমরা মেইনলি মানে এমনি যখন এই রিসার্চের কাজটা যেগুলোতে বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রে আমরা এই কনভেনশনটা ইউজ করি, দ্যাট ইজ উই আর অবজার্ভিং দ্য ওয়েভফর্ম দ্যাট ইজ মুভিং অ্যাওয়ে ফ্রম আস।
স্যার অবজার্ভার রিসিভার দুটো সেম পোলারাইজেশন কি করে দেখবে স্যার? একজন এলএইচসিপি দেখলে তো অন্যজন আরএইচসিপি দেখবে।
কোনটা
স্যার যেমন আপনি দুটোতেই করলেন, যেমন উপরেরটায় যেমন অবজার্ভার এলএইচসিপি যদি দেখে তাহলে রিসিভার তো স্যার আরএইচসিপি দেখবে।
না, আমি তো অবজারভার ট্রান্সমিটার রিসিভার বলিনি তো, আমি বলেছি অবজারভারের পজিশন, ওয়েভফর্ম তো সেম আছে।
না স্যার আপনি যেমন উপরটায় লিখছেন না, একটা সিসিডব্লিউ লিখছেন, একটা
সেম ইলেক্ট্রোম্যাগনেটিক ওয়েভ।
হ্যাঁ স্যার সেম ওয়েভ, সেটা তো বুঝলাম, কিন্তু স্যার দুটো পজিশনটা তো আলাদা, সেই জন্য আপনি একদিক থেকে সিসিডব্লিউ লিখছেন না অন্য দিক থেকে সিডব্লিউ লিখছেন।
হ্যাঁ
তো স্যার যে সিসিডব্লিউ তে ও যদি আরএইচসিপি বা এলএইচসিপি দেখে, ও তো স্যার ক্লকওয়াইজে তো স্যার সেটা উল্টে যাবে না। তো এটা যদি এলএইচসিপি হয় তাহলে তো সিডব্লিউ থেকে আরএইচসিপি হবে,
সেটা তো উল্টেই গেছে।
তাহলে স্যার এটা আরএইচসিপি হবে না কোন একটা?
না, এলএইচসিপি হবে।
দুজনে এলএইচসিপি দেখবে,
দুজনেই এলএইচসিপি দেখবে।
তো দুজনে কি করে স্যার? অবজার্ভার তো দুটো মানে ওটা তো লাইক
এখানে দেখো মেনশন করা আছে, দেখো ক্লকওয়াইজ রোটেশন।
হ্যাঁ স্যার এটা তো আমরা অবজার্ভার বা রিসিভার কোন একটা দিক থেকে দেখছি না।
হ্যাঁ
তো স্যার মানে এটা মিরর ইমেজের মতন হচ্ছে না, আমার বাম দিক আপনার ডান দিক হবে এরকম, মানে যদি আমরা সামনে সামনে দাঁড়িয়ে থাকি। স্যার এটা তো টেকনিক্যালি তো স্যার একটা ফ্যানের মতন ব্যাপার হলো না, যে উপর থেকে যদি আমরা দেখি তাহলে ফ্যানটা একদিকে মানে ক্লকওয়াইজ যদি ঘোরে তাহলে নিচ থেকে দেখলে আমরা দেখবো যে ফ্যানটা কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ।
একই কথা, সেই একই ব্যাপার।
হ্যাঁ তো স্যার তো একটা এলএইচসিপি অন্য অন্যটা ঠিক আছে স্যার।
এটা তুমি বলছো অন্য কনসেপ্ট থেকে বলছো, এটা হচ্ছে যখন আমি ট্রান্সমিটিং অ্যান্টেনা ভাববো, ঠিক আছে, এই ট্রান্সমিটিং অ্যান্টেনা, ঠিক আছে, এখানে আমি যদি বলি ট্রান্সমিটিং অ্যান্টেনা টিএক্স, যখন এই ওয়েভটাই তুমি অবজারভারের সাথে অ্যান্টেনার কনসেপ্টটা বোলাচ্ছ মোস্ট প্রবলি, এখানে যদি রিসিভার অ্যান্টেনা থাকে, so suppose this particular wave is transmitting from this transmitting antenna and we are saying that its sense of polarization is LHCP. না যখন এটা রিসিভারে গিয়ে রিসিভ হবে সেই কথাটা তুমি বলছো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার ওই ফটোটা দেখে যেটা
হ্যাঁ
আপনি
সেই
এঁকেছেন।
জায়গাটাতে বলছি রিসিভিং অ্যান্টেনার ক্ষেত্রে, কিন্তু আমি বলছি একটা পার্টিকুলার ইলেকট্রোম্যাগনেটিক ওয়েভ তুমি জাস্ট একবার এদিক দিয়ে দেখছো একবার ওদিক দিয়ে দেখছো, সো ইট উইল চেঞ্জ only the sense of rotation clockwise or counter clockwise, but it will same, it will be LHCb.
হ্যাঁ স্যার, বাট ওয়েন উই আর লুকিং ফ্রম দি আদার এন্ড, তো ওটা তো টেকনিক্যালি আমরা রিসিভারের মতনই দেখবো না। তো আমরা যে প্লেনটা দেখছি বা যেই রোটেশন অ্যাঙ্গেলটা দেখছি, রোটেশন ডাইরেকশনটা দেখছি, রিসিভারে তো স্যার সেটাই দেখবে।
And two-end receiver, so for this suppose LHCb is transmitting, so for the reception what kind of antenna you will use? For the maximum reception, what kind of antenna you will use?
LHCP আসলে এখানে তো স্যার RHCP হওয়ার কথা না?
স্যার এলএইচসিপিটাকে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড ভেক্টরকে লেফট সাইড থেকে রাইট সাইডের দিকে মুভ করতে না আছে?
না সেরকম সেই হিসাবে নয়।
সেই হিসেবে হলে একমাত্র সেটাই হচ্ছে, মানে আমি অবজারভার এদিকে মানে লেফট সাইডে থাকুক আর রাইট সাইড থাকুক, ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড সাইড থেকে রাইট সাইডের দিকেই মুভ করছে, দেন দুই সাইডে তাই হচ্ছে আর কি।
আমাকে কনফিউজ করে দিলাম। না তুমি এই পজিশন চেঞ্জ কি অবজারভারের পজিশন চেঞ্জ করলে দুটো ক্ষেত্রে লেফট থেকে রাইট হয় না, তুমি পজিশন চেঞ্জ করলে লেফট থেকে রাইট হবে না।
স্যার এলএইচসিবি মানে কি? হ্যান্ডেডনেস এর সঙ্গে কি সম্পর্ক?
LHCb is left-handed circular polarization, just sense of polarization whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise with respect to an observer, that is represented with this left-handed and right-handed.
স্যার হ্যান্ড বলছো কেন?
এই প্রশ্নের উত্তর আমাকে খুঁজে দেখতে হবে, why it is called handed, আমি কখনো ভাবিনি তাই তো সত্যি, why it is called left-handed, that may be some case of cross product. Okay, I will check it. Okay, I have to check it why it is called left-handed. As I know from the sense of polarization, just whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on the position of the observer, it will be called LHCb or RHCb. So it is clearly mentioned. You see that if you define the RHCb, means that the vector rotates clockwise when viewed towards the direction of propagation. And the rotation will be counterclockwise when the observer facing the approaching waves.
হ্যাঁ তো স্যার এখানেই তো আপনি যেটা আন্ডারলাইন করলেন, তো স্যার ফার্স্ট লাইন অনুসার তো স্যার এটা যদি কেউ ক্লকওয়াইজ দেখে তাহলে তো স্যার ওটা RHCb হয়ে গেল, কিন্তু যে রিসিভ করছে বা যে রিসিভিং এন্ডে আছে ও তো কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ দেখছে, তো সেই অনুসার তো ওটা LHCb হয়ে গেল না?
না কিন্তু কনসেপ্টটা কিন্তু এরকম যে আমি যদি এদিক দিয়ে দেখলে ক্লকওয়াইজ ঘুরছে, ওই দিক দিয়ে দেখলে কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ ঘুরছে, তখন হচ্ছে RHCb। এটা যেমন কি বলছে, যেটা ক্লকওয়াইজ আমি যদি ডাইরেকশন অফ প্রপাগেশনের দিকে দেখি, and if it is rotated clockwise, তো উল্টোটা আমি যখন উল্টো দিকে চলে যাব, তো সেন্স অফ রোটেশন উইল বি ডিফারেন্ট, বাট সেন্স অফ পোলারাইজেশন হাউ উইল চেঞ্জ?
স্যার আমরা তো বেসিক্যালি রোটেশন অফ ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড ভেক্টরটাকে পোলারাইজেশনের সাথে কম্পেয়ার করি, তো স্যার আমাদের অবজারভেশন পয়েন্টটাই যদি উল্টে যায়, তো স্যার আমাদের জন্য যদি আমরা রিসিভিং এন্ড থেকে দেখি, আমাদের অবজারভেশন পয়েন্ট থেকে তো ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড ভেক্টরটা স্যার উল্টো ডাইরেকশনে ঘুরতে, তো আমাদের রেসপেক্টে তো স্যার ওটা যদি আরএইচসিপি আসছে তো আমরা দেখবো আমাদের এন্ড থেকে আমরা দেখবো এলএইচসিপি।
বুঝলাম। এবার তাহলে বলো, আমি যদি আমি সাপোজ উই হ্যাভ ডিজাইন সাম, আচ্ছা আই এম গোইং টু দিস পার্টিকুলার এক্সাম্পল। Suppose this is the electric field plot for a particular CP antenna design. To identify the sense of polarization, we have plotted the electric field vector at 4 different time or at 4 different theta. Theta টাকে তুমি t এর টার্মসেও লিখতে পারো, t equal to 0, t equal to t/4, t equal to t/2 and t equal to t. So if you observe this electric field vector plot, considering that the observer, we are the observer, that is, we are checking that the wave is propagating away from us. The most of the electric field vector are downwards. Then after another, after that is at theta equal to pi/2. T equal to 0, t equal to t/2, okay, in that way. And it is, most of the electric fields are in that directions. Next, at theta equal to pi, it is upward direction. Next, it is in that direction. So what will be the overall sense of polarization or overall sense of rotation?
সেটা তো ক্লকওয়াইজ আরএইচসিপি না?
It is clockwise. It will be RACP. If you observe from the back side,
স্যার যেটাই তো বলছি স্যার, ব্যাক সাইড থেকে ঘুরলে তার তো স্যার ওটা কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ হয়ে গেল, তখনই তো স্যার ওটা এলএইচসিপি হয়ে গেল।
I think there is some আচ্ছা, আমার মনে হচ্ছে লেফট হ্যান্ডেড আর রাইট হ্যান্ডেড এর মধ্যেই এটা ইয়ে আছে কিছু। If you go through the any books, you will see that particular one, whatever I have mentioned in this particular point. The same wave, the sense of polarization cannot be changed depending on the position of the observer. RACP remain RACP, whether you are observing from left side or from the front side, back side or from the front side.
Sir,
Uh,
so in the last line you have written rotation will be opposite when the observer facing the approaching waves. So there itself lies the answer, right? Because the sense of rotation will change, but the right hand and left hand sense will remain same, even if the observer changes its position. Isn't
That's
it?
why, that's particular point I am talking, telling you from the first.
Yeah, no, I'm answering this Argodip Pal's doubt. Because
Rotation will be opposite when observer.
yeah. And this concept of right hand and left hand, as far as I remember, so it comes from that, if you remember, right hand curl rule in electromagnetism. So using that concept, it is this concept
That is
has
the
been
curl of vector from right hand rule and left hand rule.
no, sir. The essence of that rule is used here. For example, if the, so can I show my camera so that it's visible?
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Who are you? I have to.
Sorry.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Musharraf.
Musharraf, bolo.
Yes, sir. So you this is that rule, right hand curl rule.
Right hand
The
curl.
direction of the-
Well, you are
the
talking about
direction
the
of-
right hand curl. You are talking
Yes, sir.
about the right hand curl rule. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the essence of that thing, because that's same essence has been used in defining this particular RHCP and LHCP. This is considered, the thumb is considered as the direction of current, and the curl is considered as the direction of magnetic field, right? This is the convention, right hand curl rule. If the current is flowing towards this camera, then the magnetic field which it will develop will be in the clockwise direction, right?
Okay.
If the current is flowing into the camera, then the direction of,
You try to explain it in terms of this elliptical ellipse, polarization ellipse.
yeah, because that particular terminology has been using this essence only. That's what. Because if we consider right hand RHCP, irrespective of it, it's not like if the RHCP is used, then it will be the sense of rotation will be counterclockwise or clockwise.
Yes, okay, it's better. You now apply this point at this particular point in this polarization ellipse.
What will be the observer for us? Like the observer which you have pointed out, or we as a viewer of this
The
screen?
observer as per this particular drawing.
Yeah. So here what you can see is from the observer, from the point of view of observer, the rotation is in counterclockwise direction, isn't it?
Yes.
Counterclockwise direction, and the propagation of that electromagnetic wave is towards that observer,
Okay.
right?
Sir, I think he's confusing between electric field and magnetic field. ও বলছে চাইছে যে যেটা হচ্ছে কার্লিক ওই
Curl of
thumb
E and
rule,
H.
thumb rule যেটা।
Curl of E and H will give
I'm
you
not
the S, direction of S.
electric and magnetic field. All I'm saying is the terminology that the person Tuhin Prasoon Sarkar, he questioned why this RHCP and LHCP has been used. So I have read somewhere, that's what I was trying to explain, but it's okay.
Okay, Musharraf, then in that case, I think we have to first consider that curling between which parameter? Direction of propagation is clear. Direction of propagation is suppose in that direction. It is moving in that
Sir.
direction towards the observer.
The direction of thumb in the curl rule can be considered as a direction of propagation.
Yes, that is okay.
And the curl which the fingers make, that will be considered as clockwise or counterclockwise.
Yes. Now it is.
And with the use of both of our hands, be it left hand or right hand, then the direction and the sense also changes. If you do it practically, then you can
Yes.
see it yourself.
Yes. So the curling means, in that case, curling will represent your sense of rotation.
Yes,
whether
counterclockwise or clockwise.
Counterclockwise, and your
Yes.
thumb will represent the direction of propagation.
Propagation. And if you apply this particular rule with both of your hands, like depending on the situation, if it's left hand or it's right hand, whatever satisfies gives you the required RH or LH.
Okay.
Sir, thumbটা যদি কারেন্টের ডাইরেকশন দেয় তো স্যার the way our fingers are curling, that's the direction, that's the rotation direction of the magnetic field. So স্যার ওটার সাথে LHCP RHCP কি কনসেপ্ট? LHCP RHCP তো স্যার ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড দিয়ে হয়।
What I'm saying here is that essence has been used. That particular rule is not copied here. The essence of defining that rule has been used in laying out this terminology of polarization.
One minute. Actually, Musharraf is saying that the concept of using the particular logic behind using the term left-handed and right-handed, that is analogous with the curl rule of the vector and magnetic field.
Exactly,
It's
sir.
not-
That's what
it's
I'm
not
trying to
copying.
say.
Now, if we use the curling, that means curling of our forefingers with respect to the rotation, that is whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise, then our thumb will, I think, will represent the direction of propagation. He is trying to say this particular point.
Okay, sir. But yes, sir. Another question, যেটা হচ্ছে যে আমরা যদি থামটাকে ডাইরেকশন অফ প্রপাগেশন মানি, ঠিক আছে? তো টেকনিক্যালি যখন আমরা দুটো থাম্বে আমরা ডাইরেকশন প্রোপাগেশন দিচ্ছি, একটা থাম্বে অনুসার LHCP আসছে, একটা থাম্বে অনুসার RHCP আসছে, তো কোনটা কখন ধরবো সেটা কি কনসেপ্ট?
That will be given by that particular polarization of the wave. You can give any example. You give the direction of propagation of wave and give the direction of the sense in which the electric field is rotating. I can demonstrate that concept. No problem in that. Just give me one example.
Then just go to this one.
Yes, sir. The way you were saying for that observer, LHCP remains the LHCP.
So no. In that case, the first case.
Yes, sir. In the first case, if you see, the direction of rotation is in clockwise direction, and the direction in which the wave is. What? Sorry?
It will be LHCP.
Yes, sir, exactly. It will be LHCP because left hand. And if we change the direction of observer, as Orgopal was trying to say, let's put the observer towards the left hand side of that wave. Then for that observer, the wave is traveling away from that, right? And the direction of rotation is counterclockwise. So if we try to move both of our hands.
No, although I think it is applicable in that case also. On the figure number 1, if we apply the curling with our 4 fingers and considering the observer at this point, it is clockwise and thumb is showing the direction of propagation. Whereas in the next figure, if we take our right hand just in reverse way, the thumb will show you the direction of propagation. So the upper one will be LHCP and the next one will be RHCP. আমরা তো ডিসকাশনে তাই বলেছিলাম তো, উপরেরটা LHCP, নিচেরটা RHCP।
স্যার সেটাই স্যার ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে তো স্যার মানেটাই তো দাঁড়াচ্ছে না স্যার। যদি আমরা মেনেই নিই যে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডটা বাঁ দিক বা ডান দিক ঘুরছে, তো LHCP RHCP ডাইরেকশন অফ প্রোপাগেশনটা তারপর জেনে কি লাভ, যদি আমরা জেনেই যাই যে মানে একদিকে ঘুরছে। মানে টেকনিক্যালি যেটা আপনি লেফট হ্যান্ড কার্ল বা রাইট হ্যান্ড কার্ল বলছেন, সেটা দিয়ে আমরা বেসিক্যালি পাচ্ছি যে আমাদের ডাইরেকশন মানে কোন দিকে প্রোপাগেট করছে ওয়েভটা। আমি জানতে চাইছি যে given the direction of propagation, just the direction of propagation without the electric field vector, আমি যেটা ভেবেছিলাম অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওর এক্সপ্লেনেশন ধরে, যে given the direction of propagation of the wave, can we determine only the direction of wave propagation without any rotation or anything? আমরা কি বলতে পারি যে ওটা LHCP না RHCP? স্যার এ যেটা বলছে মানে সেটা অনুসারে সেটা তো বুঝেছি, বাট
by default, if you know the direction of propagation of wave, then by pointing vector you know the direction of electric field and magnetic field. That is given, I think, right? So you can't say that you know the direction of propagation of wave and you don't know the direction of electric field vector. I think that's what pointing vector says.
yeah, but do you know the rotation direction?
Yeah, if I know the electric field orientation and the direction of propagation.
Orkodev is pointing out another thing, that is to a receiver, to the receiver the LHCP will become RHCP and RHCP will become LHCP. That is the doubt of Orko.
No, that's the point. The only thing which will change is counterclockwise, the sense of rotation. LHCP, LH and RH will remain the same. Only the sense of rotation shall change.
Okay, so your concept is if the transmitting antenna is LHCP, the receiving antenna should also be LHCP.
Sorry, come again, sorry.
If the transmitting antenna is LHCP and the receiving antenna should also be LHCP.
That depends on the circular rotation of that electric field.
Yeah, no.
Counterclockwise or clockwise.
Yeah.
No, although, so what about you? For the transmitting antenna, if the transmitting antenna is LHCP, what should be the receiving antenna for the maximum reception?
Sir, RHCP. না এটা স্যার 180 ডিগ্রি ফেজ ডিফারেন্স হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
স্যার একটা কথা বলবো, আমি যেটা বুঝলাম স্যার, অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার মনে হয় ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড আর মানে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডের রোটেশনটা কোন দিকে হচ্ছে সেখান থেকে যদি প্রপাগেশন অফ ডিরেকশনটা আমরা কোন হ্যান্ড দিয়ে বার করতে পারছি, মানে লেফট হ্যান্ড থাম রুল দিয়ে না রাইট হ্যান্ড থাম রুল দিয়ে, মানে যেটা অর্ঘদীপ বলছে যে রিসিভিং এন্ডে যদি ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডটা লেফট টু রাইট মুভ করে, দেন আমরা লেফট হ্যান্ড দিয়ে লেফট হ্যান্ড থাম রুল দিয়ে আমরা ডিরেকশনটা ওদিকেই প্রপাগেট করছে, তো সেখান থেকে ওটা ইলেকট্রিসিটি হচ্ছে।
You are not audible.
হ্যালো স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, বলো বলো বলো।
হ্যাঁ, মানে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডের মুভমেন্টটা কোন দিকে হচ্ছে সেটা আমরা লেফট হ্যান্ড, আর ওয়েভটা প্রপাগেট কোন দিকে করছে এটা আমরা লেফট হ্যান্ড থাম রুল দিয়ে না রাইট হ্যান্ড থাম রুল দিয়ে বার করতে পারছি, তার উপর ওটা ডিপেন্ড করছে লেফট হ্যান্ড সার্কুলার পোলারাইজেশন আর রাইট হ্যান্ড সার্কুলার পোলারাইজেশন, যেটা ওই মোহাম্মদ বললো সেটা। এবার সেই লজিকে রিসিভার এন্ডেও সেটা লেফট হ্যান্ড সার্কুলার পোলারাইজড হচ্ছে। যদি ওয়েভটা মানে প্রপাগেট করে মানে রিসিভার থেকে ট্রান্সমিটারের দিকে ওয়েভটা যায়, এন্ড ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডটা যদি ওটা কোন দিকে হচ্ছে কাউন্টার ক্লকওয়াইজ হয়, দেন সেটা লেফট হ্যান্ড সার্কুলার পোলারাইজড হচ্ছে, মানে অ্যাকর্ডিং টু ক্রস প্রোডাক্ট।
এখানে ক্রস প্রোডাক্টের ব্যাপার আসবে না, এখানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওই জাস্ট রাইট হ্যান্ড রুলসটা কার্লিংটা রিপ্রেজেন্ট করছে বাই দ্য রোটেশন ক্লকওয়াইজ আর অ্যান্টি ক্লকওয়াইজ, থামটা রিপ্রেজেন্ট করবে ডাইরেকশন অফ প্রপাগেশন। And now the confusion is only one point that if the transmitting antenna is transmitting a LHCP, now to the receiver whether it will be RECP or LHC.
LHCP হবে,
কি লজিক?
কারণ RHCP দিয়ে বার করতে পারবে না।
সৌমিলি এটা নিয়ে এখন এই করে নেমনে অর্ঘ, এটা নিয়ে আর এখন ইয়ে করো না, আমি এটা যদি কোনো পাই আমি পরে একটু সময় করে ডিসকাস করবো, ঠিক আছে? যখন কনফিউশনটা সবার মধ্যে এসছে উই উইল ডিসকাস ইট ওয়ান্স अगेन।
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
ওকে
স্যার।
নাও জাস্ট কয়েকটা প্র্যাকটিক্যাল জিনিস দেখানোর আছে, ওগুলো দেখিয়ে শেষ করবো আজকে ফ্রম কারেন্ট স্লাইড। So this is one circular shaped planar CP antenna, microstrip antenna. 4 slots are embedded with 90-degree phase difference between each other, basically to realize the CP polarization, circular polarization. Now in this particular plot, for different parameters, P is basically representing the gap between these slots. Whatever the value of P, E theta is fixed, but E phi depends on this particular parameter P. And for this particular value of P equal to 0.22 lambda 0, you see if you for other plots, there is huge difference between the E theta and E phi. That means for any value of P, we are getting this E theta, that is the red plot. But E phi is changing. That জন্য E theta এর জন্য শুধু একটি প্লট দেখানো হয়েছে, but for E phi we have shown different plots, and it is found that for this particular value of P, that is P equal to 0.22 lambda 0, that is the proposed value of this particular design, E theta and E phi almost overlap with each other. So from this plot we can say that for this particular gap between the slots, this particular antenna will exhibit the circular polarizations, because now the E theta components and E phi components are almost equal with each other, so it will be the circular polarization for this particular gap between the slots. So this is one point you can check whether for which particular value it will give you the circular polarizations. Next, as I mentioned, that we need to find out the axial ratio for purely circularly polarization. For purely circularly polarized, what should be the value of axial ratio? That is the minor axis by major axis, OB by OA. Its magnitude is 1. But if you convert it into dB, that will be 0 dB. Okay. Now, so theoretically, purely circular polarized means what should be the axial ratio value?
0.
0 dB. Okay, axial ratio value will be 0. Or if you plot the axial ratio value for different values of theta and for different values of frequency, and if the corresponding plot tending towards the 0, that means it is purely circular. It is tending to purely circular polarization. Particularly in that case, if you consider this particular black plot, for this black plot, the axial ratio is more or less near to the 0. That means this particular plot is more purely circularly polarized compared to the other plots. But you see that there is a threshold level of 3 dB. So ideally, we have considered that when axial ratio equal to 0 dB, that is the purely circularly polarized, but there is a threshold level that is up to 3 dB is considered. So if axial ratio equal to less than equal to 3 dB, then you can say the antenna is circularly polarized. And over this particular range, if you plot the phase difference along this particular y-axis, the phase difference has been plotted. So over this particular range, if you see that over this particular angular range, E theta range, the axial ratio is below 3 dB. Axial ratio is below 3 dB. Over this particular frequency angular range, axial ratio is below 3 dB. And over this angular range, what about the phase difference between the E theta and E phi component is nearly about 90 dB. So from these plots, you can identify, you can check the 3 points of the circular, 3 conditions of the circularly polarized wave. One is E theta, E phi should be same, phase difference should be of the order of 90 degree, and axial ratio should be nearly equal to 0 dB. If it is 0, that is purely circularly polarization, but there is a threshold level up to 3 dB. So up to 3 dB level, you can say it is circularly polarized. So purity of it is very difficult to design a purely circularly polarized antenna. You see, you can achieve maximum 0.2, 0.3. Below 0.2 is very difficult. Axial ratio of less than 0.2 dB, it is difficult in practice. So there is a threshold level to use a particular antenna as a SCP antenna, that is the limit of threshold level of axial ratio of 3 dB. If axial ratio is less than 3 dB, then you can consider that the antenna is circularly polarized. And this is the measurement setup is shown in a particular anechoic chamber. I'm not going to this particular point. Now with this type of electric field plot at 4 different time instant, at t equal to 0, t by 2, t by 4, t by 2 and 2t, you can identify the overall rotation of the electric field vector. From the overall rotation of the electric field vector, you can identify the sense of polarization, whether it is LICP or RICP. Now, for the radiation pattern plot, you need to plot the LICP and RICP for the CP antenna design, not the normal co and cross pole. In that case, LICP and RICP is plotted. As the antenna is LICP antenna, so LICP pattern will be more compared to the RICP. And the difference between a particular, at a particular theta, the difference between the LICP value and RICP value is known as the cross polarization discrimination value, XPD, which is also very important. At a particular point, say at this point, it is around, the difference is around 15 dB. If that particular difference is more, then it is more desirable. That is, the difference between the LICP and RICP should be higher. Now another type of design, CP antenna design is also now is attracted towards the researcher, that is the dual CP. Suppose in this broadside direction towards theta equal to 0, LICP is higher. That means the antenna is radiating the LICP LHCP wave, in the theta equal to 180 degree, it will radiate the RHCP pattern or RHCP radiations. So this type of dual CP design is also very important for the researchers nowadays. But the point is that you have to consider the difference between this LHCP and RHCP at a particular point, it should be higher. That is called the cross polarization discrimination. So this is at two plane, and one is phi equal to 0, that is E plane, and phi equal to 90 degree, that is H plane or Y or Z plane. Now I have just included this particular slide just to show you the experimental setup for different antenna measurement. This is the vector network analyzer. This is the receiving antenna. This is basically the antenna mount. That antenna mount can be rotated vertically as well as horizontally, and it is totally controlled by this particular software. Measurement software is available. You can rotate this as per your requirement. Suppose you want to rotate in theta plane, you want to rotate in phi plane, that is, suppose for H plane measurement you need to change the phi. You need for E plane measurement you need to change the phi. Now over E plane and H plane you need to check the radiation pattern for all theta, so it will rotate 360 degree. So that rotation of this antenna mount can be controlled completely by the software. So now this vector network analyzer is also acting as the source. So you are exciting your transmitting antenna by one port, and you are placing another antenna as a receiver antenna at some distance. It will act as the receiver antenna, and it will be also collected on the vector network analyzer. All the data can be stored in this network analyzer itself, as well as you can store in the monitor in the corresponding CPU also. This is simple measurements of the S11 parameter of antenna. This is 40 gigahertz vector network analyzer, 2-port vector network analyzer. As you are using one port, only one port, so another port is terminated by the 50 ohm match load. In another port, you have connected your test antenna, and this is the S11 plot. And this is the figure of one anechoic chamber of IIT Kanpur. This is your receiving antenna. This is connected with the corresponding network analyzer. This is your test antenna on the antenna mount. It can be controlled as I have mentioned. This is a dual polarized double digit horn antenna that is operating over a wide frequency range, 8 MHz to 18 GHz. Now, both type of it is dual CP, so it is LHCP and RHCP. For LHCP measurement, you have to connect at this point. For RHCP measurement, you have to connect at this point. So that's all about the today's class. So আজকে ক্লাসের বড় কনফিউশন তাহলে LHCP and RHCP. When an antenna is transmitting LHCP antenna to the receiving antenna, it will become whether it will become LHCP or LHCP. I try to clear it on the next class. In the meantime, you can also find out the solution, or you can also try to overcome this confusion. Now, is there any question regarding design of the CP antenna? Now you need to switch on your video